Hey, this is Ridley, and since episode 2 has dropped, I have gotten quite a few questions about my boundaries and what I'm doing differently. So I thought I would share some of that with you. And listen, I was the one that didn't have any boundaries at all for years. I was the teacher that said yes to everything. And I took on all the emotions in the building and I pushed myself even long after the warning signs showed up. So before I share with you what my boundaries are that I have set, I want to make sure you understand what boundaries are and what they are not. So boundaries are not rules for other people. I'm not controlling anyone. I'm not telling admin how to behave. I'm not giving coworkers instructions on how to behave. I'm not training parents to behave properly. Boundaries are rules for me. They're my protection. They're my limits, my personal guardrails so that this job doesn't swallow me whole again. Boundaries are not expectations for how other people should treat me. I cannot force a colleague to be kind. I cannot force admin to communicate well. And I cannot force a parent to be respectful. Boundaries are decisions that basically tell me what I will allow myself to carry. I decide what conversations I stay in. I decide what energy I'm going to absorb. I decide how I respond or if I respond. Boundaries are not punishment. They aren't you hurt me, so I'm cutting you off. They're not revenge. They're not meant to make anyone uncomfortable or to teach them a lesson. Boundaries are clarity and self-respect. They help me to show up as someone who is calm, someone who is present, and someone who is not hanging on by a thread. Boundaries are not selfish. They're not dramatic. They're not rude, and they're not me being overly sensitive. Boundaries are how I stay healthy and am able to teach without losing myself. Because let's be frank, if I'm falling apart, I can't help anyone. I can't help my students, I can't help my team, and I cannot help my campus. So here are 8 boundaries that I try to live by as a teacher. 1, I don't hide my anxiety anymore. I name it. Even at school. If my nervous system is in fight or flight mode, I acknowledge it because by naming it, I get my power back. Number 2, if something feels off with a coworker or with admin, I ask, I don't assume. So instead of spiraling, I check in. It saves me hours of overthinking. Number 3, I pay attention to my body during the day and I stop before I become overloaded. A dysregulated teacher cannot regulate students. Number 4, I control my social commitments. And I do so without guilt. My energy is a resource. It is not a donation box. Number 5, I protect my quiet time like it's Fort Knox because school noise is non-stop. That quiet time is recovery. It's not a luxury. Number 6, I don't do school stress alone anymore. Teachers, we are not meant to carry this profession in silence. Number 7, I don't carry every emotion in the building anymore. I do care deeply, but I don't carry it home. And number 8, I allow myself to be human, just human, not superhuman. That doesn't make me a bad teacher. It doesn't make me a lazy teacher. And it doesn't make me a teacher who doesn't care, but it does make me a teacher that's healthy. So these boundaries that I have come up with, I didn't learn them in some PD day training. I didn't read them in a book. They came from breaking, rebuilding, then deciding that my health matters as much as my students' outcomes. If any of this hits home for you, you are not alone. You also deserve boundaries, not because you're fragile or weak, but because you're human. Come hang out with us at Reclaim the Room. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We're there. Podcast comes out every Tuesday, a new blog every Wednesday, and we would love to start a great discussion in our group on Facebook. We just need you to join. We're reclaiming our space, our mind, our voice, our well-being, and we're doing it one boundary at a time.